Everything you'll see, the rocks, seashells, and costume jewelry, were donated by visitors or sent from the foreign missions. Clearing the land without the aid of a chainsaw, Brother would cut down the trees in the winter and build during the spring, summer, and fall. He painstakingly crafted the grottos without the use of power tools or human assistance. It was back-breaking labor, but he did it out of love for Mary. The grottos are constructed of native Missouri tiff rock from Potosi, a mining community 30 miles to the south. The novices would take the dump truck to the mines, load it, and drop the rock at the entrance of the shrine. Brother would fill a wheelbarrow with tiff and bring it up the hill. Using a sledgehammer, he would break the large rocks into easy-to-use pieces. There was no water at the shrine for mixing the cement, so Brother would fill oil drums with water and haul them to where they were needed. From this bridge, we get a wonderful view of the crucifixion Gethsemane Grotto. The crucifix is a local landmark. During the winter months, hikers use it as a guide as they walk through the woods. Through the years, it has led many a lost soul to safety. Here we see a section of cleared land and a solitary statue. It was here in the summer of 1960 that Brother Bronislaus suffered a fatal heat stroke. The statue represents Brother's final project, a grotto to Our Lady of Fatima. Shown here is the St. Francis Grotto. The porcelain birds and small animals are representative of Francis's friendship with all animals. The rabbits and lambs were made by pouring concrete into cake molds, and seashells and sponges have been used for further decoration. Inscribed on this bronze plaque is the world-famous peace prayer of St. Francis. This prayer was so loved by Eleanor Roosevelt and Adlai Stevenson that they instructed it to be placed on their tombstones. Going up the steps, we reach the grotto of St. Joseph. Notice the use of costume jewelry and the various patterns and the colored glass jars set into the sides of the grotto. When the sun shines through the jars, a stream of colored light gushes forth. The flower stems are the old chandeliers which hung in the monastery. Brother found a use for many things that the rest of us consider junk. He would fill burned out light bulbs with cement, let it dry, break the glass, and paint them. Weather and vandalism have taken their toll upon the grottos, as you can see from the empty spaces which held costume jewelry and seashells. Here we have the grotto to Our Lady of Perpetual Help. In the spring of 1960, Brother Bronislaus had been sick with the Asian flu and hadn't fully recovered, but his desire to get back to work drove him on, and so he went back to cutting down trees. Weakened from the flu and overcome by the blazing hot August sun, he left a trail of tools from the area of the Fatima statue to this grotto. His body was discovered that night by his fellow brothers. They knew something was amiss when he failed to show for evening prayers. The columns were made from coffee cans, and the flower pots were constructed from gelatin molds, laying one on top of the other. The flowers were made by pouring concrete into paper cupcake molds. Down the steps is the Gethsemane Grotto. Here colored jars are used once again to enhance the grotto. When first built, the jars would filter sunlight and illuminate the sleeping apostles. For it was in the Garden of Gethsemane upon the Mount of Olives where our Lord pleaded, "Can you not pray with me for even just 1 hour?" For while Jesus agonized in the garden, Peter, James, and John slept. Across the patio, we come to Brother's first grotto, dedicated to Our Lady of Sorrows. Its simplicity, monotone color, and lack of ornamentation contrast it with the other grottos. Always a perfectionist, Brother worked on this grotto for years, rebuilding it several times. The white stone is from the altar of the first Carmelite cloister to settle in St. Louis, and prior to having a statue, a picture rested there. Blending into the rock is coral from the Great Barrier Reef, and the empty space in the center of the base previously held a statue known as the Vision of St. Francis. Vandals smashed the glass and stole the statue many years ago.